Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah McFall of mymerrymessylife.com, and today I'm going to show you my natural curly hair routine using the modified curly girl method. Now I have been doing the curly girl method on and off since I was a teenager really, and it has been so amazing to keep my curls beautiful and healthy and to be proud of my hair instead of straightening it and not knowing how to work with it. It has taught me how to embrace the frizz, embrace the big hair, and love my curls. I don't use the full curly girl method, and I say modified because the curly girl method calls for using only conditioner or a shampoo-free, sulfate-free shampoo to wash your hair with. And I find that I get product buildup, my scalp gets gross, my hair does not get clean on conditioner alone. So I do use a sulfate-free, curly girl friendly shampoo, which means it is sulfate-free, free of artificial fragrances, parabens, and phthalates and other toxins that you're gonna find in a lot of shampoos. So as you can see right now, my hair is in a actual French braid. Can you see that? It's pretty messy because I just slept on it. So I've been sleeping all night in my French braid. So I will wash my hair the night before, shampoo and condition it, leave conditioner in, French braid it, and go to sleep. Then I wake up the next day, I rinse out the conditioner, I put in my curl cream, my gel, and I air dry. Most of the time I air dry because it's just, I work from home and I can do that. If I went to an office or if I had to leave the house, you know, for an extended period of time, I would diffuse my hair, but I just don't need to. For me, diffusing can dry out my hair and make my hair angry. It gets frizzy, it gets mad at me. It's like, what are you doing? So I don't diffuse often. But like I said, if I left the house every morning and had to go to work, I would definitely be diffusing, or I would be washing my hair in the evenings and letting it air dry at night, put it in a buff or a silk cap and go to sleep, or sleep on my silk pillow or satin pillow and go to sleep and just wake up and sort of fluff and go. That's what I would do if I worked out of the house. Okay, so now let's get started. I'm going to take out this braid, gonna rinse out the conditioner, rub my scalp a little more under the water. I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna show you how I apply my styling products to my hair and then how I would diffuse if I diffused. Here's the shampoo I use by InnerSense Organics. It is a completely natural, non-toxic hair company. I love their products. So here's the conditioner I use. It's by InnerSense Organics. It has all natural, completely safe and non-toxic ingredients. I buy these giant 32-ounce bottles and they last me at least 6 months, if not to a year, washing 2 to 3 times a week. Here's the curl cream I use. My hair likes a heavier curl cream. This is BrioGeo Curl Charisma Chia and Flaxseed Coil Custard. I love this stuff. Like I said, my hair likes a heavier sort of buttery cream. If your hair is more fine, I suggest a lightweight leave-in conditioner and not a curl cream. This is the gel I use from InnerSense. I create hold. Again, I get it in the 32-ounce huge bottle, and it creates a really nice, strong, soft hold, and it's good for any type of curly hair from very fine to thick and coarse. I have really liked this gel. Okay, so I washed my hair. I did scrub my scalp again with some shampoo because I actually washed my hair 2 nights ago. So I just wanted to get my scalp good and clean. I did not shampoo my ends. And when I'm in the shower or I wash my hair in the sink, I will flip my head over, apply the shampoo to my scalp and scrub my scalp really well, and just sort of let the shampoo run through the ends of my hair, and that way my hair doesn't get too dried out with shampoo. It's a curly hair trick that many of us do. Then I applied the conditioner and I ran my brush through my hair, and that's when I comb my hair. It's only when I have conditioner in it. If you comb your hair as a wavy or curly haired guy or girl while your hair is dry, you will just get a huge fro, which if you're going for big fro hair, that's awesome. Like there's nothing wrong with a fro. But if you're wanting to find, you know, shiny curls, then you're gonna wanna brush it while it's wet, not when it's dry. When you're doing the curly girl method, you might only be washing your hair 2 to 3 times a week. Now, if you regularly exercise or you're a swimmer and you get really sweaty, you may wanna wash your hair more. It's totally just up to you and your lifestyle. We're all different. But if you're washing your hair 2 to 3 times a week, I want you to keep in mind that we lose about 100 hairs a day. And with curly hair, those hairs aren't falling out because you're not brushing it. So when you go to wash it on that 3rd day or that 5th day or whatever your wash schedule is, you're gonna have a huge clump of hair that comes out. I don't want you to be alarmed by that. Many who are new to the curly girl method or new to taking care of their curls get scared by the huge clump of hair that comes out. So I've actually never counted all of the hairs. Who would? But it looks like it's probably 100 hairs, you know, and it's been a day and a half, so that's about correct. So if I go 2 to 3 or 4 days, this doubles or triples in size. So don't be scared, okay? So let's get started in styling. So first of all, I have my hair wrapped here in a t-shirt towel. It is by a company called Hair Repair, R-E-P-E-A-R, and I'll link that down in the description box below. I'll also have links for all of the styling products I just showed you and also for that Denman brush. I really like the Denman brush. And I'm gonna show you how I style my hair now. So I do get out the excess water with this t-shirt towel. You don't wanna use a terry towel because it roughens up the cuticle, the top layer of your hair, of a single hair strand. It roughs it up and it's going to contribute to frizz and dry your hair out. This keeps your hair smooth, keeps the hair shaft, the hair follicle smooth, okay? Very important, t-shirt towel. You can use an old t-shirt from your dresser. Like you don't need to actually buy one of these, but if you would like one, they're very nice to have for sure. So I take my hair down and I split it into a top section and a bottom section. So now I'm gonna take my curl cream. Now most curly girls do apply, and the curly girl method would teach you, many diva stylists will teach you to apply your products only to soaking wet hair. That does work for me, sorta, kinda, but I find that my hair still turns out great, even when my hair is damp. So play with it and see what works for your hair. And then I take my gel and put it on top. You really want to make sure you get the gel in those ends because that's where your hair is the driest and the most damaged. And then I take my brush and I brush it through so the product gets distributed very evenly. Now I'm going to split this section into 2 and do the exact same thing to these 2 sections. And this is the driest, most damaged part of my hair. So I do apply more curl cream, especially to the ends right here to make sure there's no frizz. Now, if you do feel that your hair is getting a little dry, you can spray it with some water from a water bottle, a spray bottle, and just add more water as you go. I was finding that when I was styling my hair soaking wet, that tons of the product gets wasted because it all goes into the towel as I'm scrunching out the excess water. The gel. Okay, now I've got the product applied through all of my hair. I'm gonna brush it all out. And then for me, what I find gives me beautiful, gorgeous ringlets is to finger coil my hair. And I'm gonna show you, it doesn't take much time at all. So see, even more hair has come out as I've styled it, and more is gonna come out as I finger coil it as well. Okay, so now I put it into sections again. I go back to the sections, and then I finger coil. If a little section seems too rough, I will go back through and brush it again. So as you can see, I did my hair. I finger coiled it with my part, so it will dry this way. So another product I use often is the InnerSense Organics I Create Lift Volumizing Foam. So once my hair is how I want it, I've finger coiled it, I put the foam in my hands, and then I scrunch it through my hair because the scrunching encourages your hair curl and encourages that curl, makes your hair curlier. And I find that this foam adds moisture and hydration back into hair, which that is why curly hair gets frizzy to begin with, is because it's very dry. So with curly hair, you always want lots of moisture. Do not starve your hair of moisture. So for instance, I use very generous amounts of conditioner for my hair. So if you think the finger coiling will take too long for you don't want to mess with it, maybe your hair is really curly and you don't need to do it, don't worry about it. It's just an extra step if you want to take it to have some really defined, gorgeous curls. But for some of you, you're not going to need a finger coil or may not care, and that's totally fine. So next, I'm going to lift my hair from the roots so that it has some nice root volume by using these claw clips. I'm going to show you how this works. You just take your hair like so, like that. Like so, like that, like Tabitha Brown says. Anybody a fan of Tabitha Brown on Instagram? I adore her. Okay, now it's time to diffuse my hair. Like I said, I don't often do this, but hopefully since my hair is not soaking wet, it'll hopefully only take 20 minutes or so to diffuse. Now it's time to diffuse. You see my giant diffuser that I have on the end of my hair dryer. This is just a regular old hair dryer. I'm not even sure if it's even worth linking to. It's just some drugstore hair dryer, nothing special about it. But this diffuser is awesome. It is from Xtava, and I will link to that in the description box below. When my hair was really long, it was awesome because it would hold all of my thick, giant curly hair in it at one time, and it dried a lot more hair at once. You want to diffuse on the low setting and do warm to cool so that you don't damage your hair or dry it out too much. So for added volume, you can diffuse your hair upside down as well, and that lifts your hair from the roots and gives you more volume. If you have back issues and diffusing or washing your hair upside down hurts your back, that's totally fine. You don't have to do it upside down. You can also do it side to side. Okay, now my hair is 90 to 100% dry. It turned out really well. I'll give you the 360. And there you have it. There's my curly hair routine using all natural products. Of course, you can use any products that you like, any that fit your budget or in your country, in your area. I would suggest using Curly Girl friendly products that include no sulfates in your shampoo, no silicones in your conditioner or styling products. Now there is an exception to the sulfates rule. Occasionally, if I feel like I have product buildup on my hair from all the products I use, I will use a sulfate shampoo, a shampoo that contains sulfates. And I will use it maybe once a month, once every month and a half, something like that. And it does wonders for my hair. I highly recommend it. And I'll link to the one I use in the description box below. Also, I'm gonna link to my DIY protein treatment video and deep conditioning video, because both of those things have transformed the health of my hair and have kept my hair very healthy, even though I continue to color it because I've got grays coming in. So I do color my hair, and I've come up with a routine that has kept my hair healthy and shiny and doesn't get, too dried out and damaged from the color. So thank you so much for being with me here today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, would you please give it a thumbs up? Would you also please make sure to subscribe to my channel? I give tons of natural DIY video tutorials here on YouTube that can help you get rid of the toxins in your home and have a much safer, healthier bathroom and kitchen and just overall home. Also, if you have any questions or anything you want to add, tell me your favorite Curly Girl products down in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks guys, bye.